So the markets in APAC differ to Europe and the US in that they are largely tariff-based systems, where essentially a vertically integrated monopoly is setting these predetermined tariffs, either on a monthly, quarterly, or yearly basis. So essentially, it's just less options available. However, as markets deregulate and open up, this essentially resembles what markets looked like in Europe maybe 20 years ago, where you have the opening up of spot markets, eventually retail opportunities, and eventually futures markets. So some of the key factors impacting costs in APAC would be coal, natural gas, and oil as well. So firstly, oil is because most contracts are still indexed to Brent in some form. I read a statistic, it was at least 75 or more long-term contracts in Asia are still LNG or Brent indexed. Coal and natural gas are obviously very important because these countries are heavily dependent on the fuel, meaning every cost variation can be passed on by regulators later on via fuel transfer mechanisms or changes in the tariff as well. Some of the energy procurement options in APAC really depend on the regulatory status of each market. So if we look at purely electricity, you have either a discount to the tariff in most markets, where you can actually sign an agreement with an independent power producer. Secondly, you can engage perhaps in the wholesale market if it's available. And that way there is a bit more volatility. And that's when strategy becomes quite essential and important because not everybody can actually engage in a market-based strategy. And lastly, you have PPAs, so off-site PPAs or on-site PPAs. On-site, you can actually get a decent discount to the tariff, and off-site where available, because these are still very early stages for these markets, you can also get a discount or a decent fixed price for a long duration of the contract.